Montel's Court on the next Montel.
Good morning. The streets were turned into rivers in Las Vegas, where a powerful summer storm caused the worst flooding in 15 years. At least 2 people died in the downpour, and cleanup of the damage will begin today, Friday, July the 9th, 1999.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Friday morning, everyone. I'm Katie Couric.
And I'm Al Roker. Matt's going to be back on Monday. And Katie, the storm in Las Vegas, they picked up 4 inches of rain in 24 hours. That's more than they get in a whole year.
Well, and more is in the forecast,
That's
is that right?
More of that same moisture is in that area.
Well, it's a real mess, Al. And we're going to have details on the flooding from the news desk in just a moment.
Good morning, everyone. In the news, forecasters say there's a chance of more rain today in Las Vegas, just what that city does not need following Thursday's flooding. Today, the water has receded, but the devastation hasn't. NBC's Frederica Whitfield has more now from Las Vegas. Good morning, Frederica.
Good morning, Jody. The high water has gone, but not before first washing away the very foundation of communities like this one. Miraculously, the elderly woman who rode out the storm in this mobile home behind me was rescued and uninjured, but the storm did claim at least 2 lives. Swallowing mobile homes and washing away hundreds of cars, parts of Las Vegas were submerged in the worst flash flooding here in 15 years.
There's no flooding in the desert, right?
Deserts are dry. They're not supposed to flood, right?
It was a deadly storm, catching even weather forecasters by surprise. They had predicted only a 50% chance of rain. In the first 2 hours of the afternoon storm, a whopping 4 inches of rain fell, about what Las Vegas averages in an entire year. With cars being sucked underwater, there were dramatic rescues of motorists. It was no illusion. Even parts of the famous Strip were transformed into one big lake. Some tourists had to take refuge inside casinos.
We're from Canada, Edmonton, and we get minus 40 weather all the time, but nothing like this. This is really wild.
People whose businesses were soaked in mud tried to salvage what they could. Mick Costos said it'll take him months to clean up.
And the water kept rising, so we had to lock the door to keep the water out, and then it kept coming from underneath, and before you know it, all this came through.
Today, officials will begin assessing the damage. As if the damage wasn't enough, Jody, most of the homeowners affected do not have flood insurance.
Thanks very much, Frederica Whitfield in Las Vegas this morning. Well, severe weather also hit parts of the upper Midwest.